The Disappearance of Madeleine Chapter 2 Part 5 Forensic Evidence and Analysis. Forensic evidence later revealed traces of body fluids in a hire car rented by the McCanns. While forensic analysis showed a partial match to Madeleine, the results were inconclusive and open to interpretation. Gonçalo Amaral believed the evidence suggested Madeleine had died in the apartment, but Kate McCann maintained that the forensic findings were not definitive, and the samples could have matched any of the family. The uncertainty surrounding the evidence added to the confusion and suspicion, though no formal charges were brought against the McCanns. The cadaver and blood detecting dogs. A pivotal moment in the investigation came with the deployment of two specialist sniffer dogs, Eddie and Keila, trained to detect cadaver scent and human blood. These dogs, handled by expert Martin Grime, were brought in by Portuguese authorities to assist with the case. Their findings raised serious questions and became central to suspicions surrounding the McCanns. Eddie, the cadaver dog, signaled the scent of death in several key locations: behind a sofa in the living room of the McCanns' apartment, inside the wardrobe in the couple's bedroom, and later in the boot of the hire car, rented by the McCanns several weeks after Madeleine's disappearance. Keila, the blood-detecting dog, also alerted to the presence of human blood in similar areas, particularly near the living room sofa and in the boot of the vehicle. These indications led investigators to consider the possibility that Madeleine had died in the apartment and that her body may have been moved. Forensic samples were collected from these locations and sent for analysis. However, the results were inconclusive. Whilst 15 of 19 DNA markers matched Madeleine's profile, they were not definitive, and contamination could not be ruled out. The McCanns strongly denied any involvement in their daughter's disappearance and dismissed the dog's alerts as unreliable. Kate McCann, in her book Madeleine, expressed her disbelief and anger at the accusations, pointing out the lack of concrete evidence to back up the claims. Gonçalo Amaral, on the other hand, argued that the dog's reactions supported his theory that Madeleine had died in the apartment. The findings of the cadaver and blood-detecting dogs remain one of the most controversial aspects of the case. While not conclusive, they fueled significant media speculation and public suspicion, further complicating an already complex investigation. 7. Legal battles and European court ruling. The McCanns sued Gonçalo Amaral over his book The Truth of the Lie, which accused them of being involved in Madeleine's disappearance. The McCanns won their case in 2015, but the ruling was overturned by the Portuguese Supreme Court in 2016. In 2022, the European Court of Human Rights ruled in favor of Amaral, citing freedom of expression. While a legal victory for Amaral, the decision was a painful blow for the McCanns, reinforcing the complexities of the case. 8. Suspects. Robert Morat, a property consultant living with his mother in Praia da Luz, became the first arguido formal suspect in the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. His home was located just 150 yards from the McCanns' holiday apartment. Morat initially volunteered to help as a translator for the police and was present at the crime scene during the early stages of the investigation. However, his behavior soon attracted suspicion. Journalists covering the case found his eagerness to assist unusual, and some claimed he bore similarities to descriptions of a man seen near the apartment on the night Madeleine disappeared. On May 14, 2007, Morat's home was searched, his property examined, and items were seized. The police interrogated him extensively, but found no evidence to link him to the crime. Despite this, the media widely reported on his alleged involvement, leading to significant damage to his reputation. Kate McCann addresses Morat's role in her book Madeleine. She recalls hearing about his questioning and the attention he received, but she does not speculate on his guilt or innocence. Later developments revealed that Morat's alibi for the night of Madeleine's disappearance was corroborated by multiple witnesses. In 2008, he was formally cleared of all suspicion. Morat later sued several media outlets for defamation and received significant financial settlements. The case of Robert Morat exemplifies how media speculation and circumstantial evidence can lead to undue suspicion. His experience foreshadowed the scrutiny that would later fall on the McCanns themselves. Christian Bruckner, Suspicions and Legal Developments. Christian Bruckner, a German national, has been a key suspect in the Madeleine McCann investigation since 2020, with German prosecutors alleging that he abducted and unalived Madeleine. Bruckner lived in the Praia da Luz area around the time of her disappearance in 2007 and has a history of serious offenses, including the rape of a 72-year-old woman in the same region in 2005. He is currently serving a 7-year prison sentence for that crime. However, recent legal developments have seen him acquitted of unrelated charges of rape and child SA in Germany. These charges stemmed from incidents between 2000 and 2017 in Portugal. The court ruled the evidence insufficient to secure a conviction, with his defense highlighting credibility issues with witness statements. While Bruckner remains in prison for his prior conviction, no charges have been filed against him in connection to Madeleine's disappearance, despite ongoing investigations by German authorities. They maintain that they have concrete evidence suggesting Madeleine is deceased, although no further details have been provided publicly. This acquittal raises questions about the strength of the case against Bruckner in relation to Madeleine, as the investigation continues to generate controversy and speculation. Clement Freud and his troubling past. One of the more disturbing aspects to emerge in the wake of Madeleine McCann's disappearance was the connection between the McCann family and Clement Freud, a former British MP and television personality who owned a holiday property in Praia da Luz. Freud reportedly befriended the McCanns in the weeks following Madeleine's disappearance, inviting them for meals at his villa and offering comfort during their distress. His association with the family added another layer of intrigue to the case, particularly after revelations about his past came to light. In 2016, long after his death in 2009, it was revealed that Freud had been a serial predator. Several women came forward to accuse him of SA, with some cases dating back decades. These revelations cast a shadow over his interactions with the McCanns and raised uncomfortable questions about his motivations for befriending them. While there is no evidence linking Freud to Madeleine's disappearance, the unsettling details of his predatory history added a chilling element to the case. The connection remains one of the many bizarre and troubling tangents in the investigation, fueling speculation and further complicating the narrative surrounding the McCanns' time in Praia da Luz. 9. Julia Wendel's claims and media appearances. In early 2023, Julia Wendel, a Polish woman in her 20s, made headlines with her sensational claim that she was Madeleine McCann. Using variations of her name, including Julia Wendelt, Julia Wendel, and Julia Faustina, she gained attention through social media and appearances on YouTube channels and various vlogs and blogs. Wendel presented physical similarities and anecdotal evidence, including an iris defect resembling Madeleine's distinctive coloboma, to support her claim. Despite skepticism from the public and experts, her story attracted significant media coverage and a surge of followers online. Wendel stated that she had long felt disconnected from her family and suspected she had been abducted as a child. As her claims gained traction, she connected with a private investigator and even relocated to the United States to continue her search for answers. DNA tests, however, conclusively proved that Wendel was almost 100% Polish, with a small percentage Lithuanian and Russian, and not Madeleine McCann. These results should have put an end to her claims, but Wendel persisted. Following the test results, she began to assert that she could recall being kidnapped at a young age and being transported in a car, an age she claimed coincided with when Madeleine was abducted. Wendell's recent media appearances became increasingly contentious. On platforms like Sean Atwood and Break the Ice, she reiterated her belief that her fragmented memories could provide clues about her true identity. She recently shared a phone call from the Met Police, who told her she wasn't Madeleine McCann, but also stated they were not willing to spend taxpayers' money for a DNA test. Presumably, as the test done previously showed she was Polish, and Madeleine's DNA is of British heritage. She became distressed and was informed she could be arrested if she went to Leicester to contact the McCann family under harassment laws. The officer also said she was not the first person to think she was Madeleine McCann, and she won't be the last, as there have been hundreds like her down the years. Critics have accused her of seeking attention and exploiting the McCann family's tragedy, while others defend her right to explore her past and uncover her personal history. The public response is polarized. Some see Wendell as a troubled individual in search of answers, while others view her as opportunistic. Her persistence, even in the face of definitive evidence to the contrary, underscored the enduring emotional grip of Madeleine McCann's disappearance. Though Wendell's claims have ultimately been debunked, her story illustrated the ongoing global fascination with Madeleine's case and the impact it continues to have on individuals seeking connections to this high-profile mystery. Thanks for watching Open News Now.